But the truth is, squatter communities, squatter communities mean people who go build up houses and stuff on government lands or private properties without any consent, illegally, right? But in some cases, unplanned settlements doesn't necessarily mean that the persons who are living in these settlements. So this man right here, so, is trying to be tricky with the words that he's using, because you have unplanned settlements. That's what the news say him using the terminology unplanned settlements, and you also have squatter communities. Sometimes the terminologies are used interchangeably. So sometimes when they talk about unplanned settlements, they talk about squatter community, but the truth is, squatter communities, squatter communities mean people who go build up houses and stuff on government lands or private properties without any consent, illegally, right? But in some cases, unplanned settlements doesn't necessarily mean that the persons who are living in these settlements are illegal or squatting. They're not. It could be a situation where a man saw a piece of land up in a mountain there, get it, buy it and stuff, and a few persons now live up there, and it becomes a little community. But it's so far away from the government and them resources and stuff, and them now put no road up there, they now put no water up there just to get to a few persons. So he said government could start limiting social services for unplanned settlements. I honestly believe that Andrew Wallace is trying to be tricky with how he's coining the words, and he's really talking about squatters. Why? Because for the past few weeks, the government, him and his people, have been talking about squatter lands and people who live on squatter lands and how they want the people to come off of there. Him and, what the boy the name? Bobby Montague, who in charge of land and titling. Now, you see this brother here, one day very soon, you will all understand the level of evil what a drunkard you're having at him. My uncle said me not to call about the drunkard. God. The big nose, pig looking man. Him, on one day I'm gonna realize so Andrew Michael Wallace is the devil himself in Jamaica. And I will understand very soon. Some are going to start for understanding now, but you will soon understand. You see, the man and we shake, a theme kind of people them there. You have to look like that. Yeah? You have to look like that for you to be a part of his circle. Anybody else outside of that, I use him, use you. The same people them were in an unplanned settlements were the same persons who were found. Who were found by electoral office workers, verified at their known address, got voters ID. Them send bus and car for you per election day. Them call them runners. Them have runners who come phone and pick on you up and carry you go vote and carry you back in your yard and put them your drunk in a power. My uncle say. I'm not for call nobody not drunk.
Can you grip me? Can you grip with me?
But this man right here, sir, is planning to limit social services. That includes PATH program, that includes water, road, light, stuff, infrastructure, stuff. Yes, stuff where you get from government. Services where you get from government. To make your life better. A man a plan to limit it. 1 p.m. big up a damn clean self. To the over 600,000 Jamaicans that are living in squatter communities, may God have mercy upon them, because that's their money. He's now one of the most powerful men in Jamaica in terms of the money. He's not powerful for me. He's not powerful for me. Yeah? To me, he's nothing but a little inanimate object or an insignificant mass of cytoplasm, a little sperm cell. There's nothing more to him than
embarrassing.
He needs some milk.
King, and him control no money object or an insignificant mass of cytoplasm, a little sperm cell. There's nothing more to him than that for me. But for Uno, him is God and King, and him control no money. And you notice the rich people them up a town there, or them quiet, them not say nothing. Because whatever he's doing benefits them. So them quiet, them not give a shit about Uno, but the pan squatters and not Uno are dead off. Big up on yourself. Go on do your thing, Anjo.
You know, please remember to like and share it with the ladies and gentlemen. I mean, can't say we never want to know still. Yeah, man, so I don't want you no ball in front of the birthday, man. Especially Uno. And the people that never vote, no want you no ball in front of them. Uno know yourself. I don't have a list. But Uno know yourself. So we don't really need enough for you. You understand? Yeah, man, you can't just stay quiet, man. Be quiet. You know? And of course, when it comes to housing and rebuilding with resilience, you know what I mean? But we look panic now. People that are more in need of help is going to be cut off from help. Based off this situation, that's what it's saying. For him to limit social services for squatters. Isn't that like targeting people? Isn't that like discrimination? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Oh, by the way, happy birthday to the leader's wife. I had posted it on my wall, man. Big up to Mrs. Golding. Happy birthday to her. I think it shall soon be Mr. Golding's birthday as well. So happy birthday to him when it comes. And big up Mr. Lonesome. You understand? I feel them time of the year I don't know. Yes, so big up them people. But let me say, I think I had shared the article that. Did I share that article? I don't think I did, you know. Government could start limiting social program. Let me just play this in the meantime. Listen to this, John.
The National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, Narra, is in the process of mapping large construction projects across the island. CEO of Narra, Major General Anthony Anderson, gave an update at the recent Recovery and Rebuilding Expo in St. James. Details from Andrea Chisholm.
Here is, as I said, we have a mandate to accelerate. We have a mandate to do things faster, at scale, with transparency and accountability. The
CEO of Narra reiterating the purpose of the agency as it builds the foundation for rapid reconstruction projects following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa.
Urgency is what we're about now. And speedy outcomes and an accelerated process. But what that is not is undue haste. You can't do it in a fool way, where you just, to achieve haste, you don't do it properly. That would be as big a tragedy as probably not doing it at all.
Major General Anthony Anderson reiterated that the new and improved infrastructure has to be resilient to natural disasters such as hurricanes and earthquakes. Following his appointment, which took effect on June 1, Narra has been speaking with several stakeholders.
One of the first things that we are doing is getting a sense of all of the large projects that are taking place in the country. To do this, we have to have, and have been having, the meetings with the various MDAs with the private sector, the construction industry, and anyone else who is thinking, and the private sector, of course, who are doing their own developments. And the reason for that, we really need all of this development, all of these projects mapped. We need to be able to look at Jamaica and see what's going on in space and in time.
That would promote synergy across different sectors as they work together to get the job done. The Narra legislation clearly states that there should be a registry of projects, all of which have to be approved by Cabinet. Major General Anderson says the projects and their progress will be published on Narra's website so that individuals can track developments. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Jamaica, I don't know about you guys, but all I heard was Google. The man sound like him don't know what about it. The man sound like him slow. Seriously. Him don't know which direction he really are going on. Him not confident. There's an aura of, dangerous uncertainty in this man's voice when speaking about the Narra. I don't hear confidence being exuded, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you, but I find that very scary because we're talking about the most money coming through this agent, this body ever in the history of Jamaica. One that we, the Jamaican citizens, with him sound clueless. Play it again. What is he talking about here, son? Listen to this. It's like when him said the CEO of the CEO things. What's that? What? What going on, Odin?
Here is, as I said, we have a mandate to accelerate. We have a mandate to do things faster, at scale, with transparency and accountability. The
CEO of Narra reiterating the purpose of the agency as it builds the foundation for rapid reconstruction projects following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa.
Urgency is what we're about now. And speedy outcomes. And
brother, what urgency mean? What urgency mean, brother?
Hey, who mans is this? Oh, mans is this?
accelerated process. And speedy outcomes and is what we're about now.
Following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa.
Urgency is what we're about now. And speedy outcomes and an accelerated process. But what that is not.
So in talk about urgency, speedy outcomes, and acceleration. All of them mean the same thing. And listen to him also now.
Is undue haste. You can't do it in a fool way, where you just, to achieve haste, you don't do it properly. That would be as big a tragedy as probably not doing it at all.
Major General and
Help, we tear the
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator. Yo,
Oh, that brother have the most secure, like the level of job security where the man have. The man fail as a commissioner and get one better job. He fail in that they regard it, and then he get a better job after that. And then people want with it. Andrew Honest made a job for him. And half time left, nobody else has taken the job. He made an entire post. He made an entire post for this man. And nobody else has got the job.
Anthony Anderson reiterated that the new and improved infrastructure has to be resilient to natural disasters such as hurricanes and earthquakes. Following his appointment, which took effect on June 1, Narra has been speaking with several stakeholders.
One of the first things that we are doing is getting a sense of all of the large projects that are taking place in the country. To do this, we have to have and have been having the meetings with the various MDAs, with the private sector, the construction industry, and anyone else who is thinking, and the private sector, of course, who are doing their own developments. And the reason for that, we really need all of this development, all of these projects mapped. We need to be able to look at Jamaica and see what's going on in space and in time.
That would promote synergy across different sectors as they work together to get the job done. The Narra legislation clearly states that there should be a registry of projects, all of which have to be approved by Cabinet. Major General Anderson says the projects and their progress will be published on Narra's website so that individuals can track developments. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Alright, so we find the article. Thank God. We find the article, man, for ladies and gentlemen. But now, brother, they really just something wrong. Listen to this. This is the article about unplanned settlements. Listen to this.
The notion is that I choose to go and build way up on a hill and then expect the government to carry the water and the road way up on the hill. And the idea is government must do it. But how does the government do it? The government does it by your tax dollars. So we have to start thinking smartly now. Should we take tax dollars to carry water and road, go way out, when right here we have land and we have people seeking housing to live in? Where's the most economical place to deploy the limited resources of the government? Should we allow people to just go and capture land anywhere and build anywhere? Or should the government be strategic in putting in place infrastructure to support housing in proximity to economic activity that generates more taxes to build more infrastructure? Sporadic development has a significant economic cost on the productivity of the country. And what this administration is trying to do is to change that. What we want to do is to manage the spatial development of the country such that the deployment of our limited resources yields the highest returns. So we are focusing on fixing roads all across the country because the roads are already there, people live there. But we must prevent the development of other unplanned communities. It is not in the country's interest, and it is not in the interest of those persons who seek to go and live in unplanned communities.
Hey, who mess is this?
All across the country, because the roads are already there, people live there. But we must prevent the development of other unplanned communities. The development of other unplanned communities. But we must prevent the development of other unplanned communities.
What can go so?
The Prime Minister said they must prevent the development of unplanned communities. So now he must blame the people if they have creativity and ambition to own something. You must prevent them from developing unplanned communities. control everything. Instead of work with the people, you must prevent them. This is not AI, a portion why this company. No, do that. Let me play it again. No do that.
But we must prevent the development of other unplanned communities. It is not in the country's interest, and it is not in the interest of those persons who seek to go and live in unplanned communities.
Let me answer that question. Who decide what is in the best interest of the country? Isn't the people's interest the best interest? You know, this is unbelievable. You know? Isn't the people's interest the best interest? It come like you with them are, we don't know blue one, I don't know shiny rabbits, and nothing center. I don't know that they store there. If I didn't never have the shiny rabbits, you know, them you they wouldn't have blue wood. I'll make money off of them, you know. The man them build, the man them sort out, and the government they want to take the blue wood from them. You know. If I never pay shiny rabbits, you know, stand up to our own government, you know, to make sure that the youth them was regularized, you know. Don't go look into that story if you don't think I like me at them. That government which Marvin said, and that's why Marvin Edgar said what he said. PW what's up? That's why Marvin Edgar said what he said. Mighty God, there's more, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to be doing another planned development in another area in St. Catherine. We did the Bernard Lodge development, which is going exceptionally well. That will give us about anywhere from 10 to 15,000 houses. The next development of that nature will be Innswood, and the NHT has been tasked to develop the Greater Innswood Master Plan. We have applications in for close to 5,000 houses there already.
Jamaica, that are 20,000 houses where Jamaican people can have homes. Then there are 20,000 houses where Jamaican people cannot afford. Meanwhile, when the PNP when they operate at 10,000 houses a year, in a 5 year, 50,000 houses, at them type of work that they used to do. This man is unbelievable. And so this is what Narra is for him.
The big challenge would be the road leading up there, that is the St. John's Road, Green Acres. You're going to do Old Harbour Road, but it's St. John's Road, Green Acres, that side. Drainage is a big problem. That area floods excessively when it rains. So we are doing a master plan to widen the road and put in place the necessary drainage so that 5,000 housing solutions can be built.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You see when you're building in mind for the in terms of building with the mindset for poor people, and you're gonna build communities. The road them, build house them first. You see, if you build road and all the infrastructure there, the house them is going to become less affordable for poor people. So you have to start build house them first. Not necessarily the best road. Build house first. It's a strategy where they're using a Portmore. See, and that's why so much people could have owned something at a small cost then. But when the development round the house them now, the scheme now come up, all of those properties increased in value by 300%, 400%, 500%, 1,000% over time. Can you imagine you buy one house for 500,000? 1 bedroom, strategy there, strategy can't tell if you live in a Portmore all your life, you know, me have family up there. You get one little flat for your money. Cheap, back in the day under PNP. And then now, the flat they turn 1 3-story over time. The area get developed, the road them better. All of this happen. You have, because of the population, of growth, and the development, it attract businesses. So now, the first people that will get the house them to buy the first time, them house and them land, give them major profit. But you see where Andrew do it, build good road and everything, and then sell it for one big money where people can't afford. And then the man said, on what? Unplanned settlements. They're going to limit social services to them. Because they don't want people to capture the land. Jamaica, me not telling them me I go capture the land. You know? It has never crossed my mind. Maybe a pride, maybe a whatever. But it has never crossed my mind to do that. But at the same time, we have to defend the people in cause. This is wickedness. This is evil. This government is definitely not for the poor. Definitely not for the poor. They may not tell us I have family in Portmore, man. I tell them about Portmore and I ask me. Splash if you want to then be, I go over if you have one good call and if you have 1 week or 2. You feel me I deal with and give a link and say, oh, did you go link me? You understand? In a real life. Me have multiple family in a Portmore, I tell you, me know. The people them buy the thing from early, brother, and then think the property value blaze over the years. Blaze. And where the house them build, you know, say you can just add on if you want any time. Go through the right procedure, obviously. But the way the house them build, you can add on. So the property value are going to go even more. This man talking about unplanned settlements. Hey, I don't know what trust still enough. Like and share the video. No more to say. Big up Marvin, Edgar. Swear.